And our top story this morning, Sky News has uncovered evidence in Brazil that children as young as 12 are working as prostitutes, with many being paid as little as 80 pence. It comes as international footballers join a campaign warning fans travelling to the country for the World Cup not to exploit children.
One close to the edge is 9-year-old Mayara, not selling herself yet, but out late with addicts and child prostitutes.
Are these all your friends? These are your friends?
Esses aqui são todos teus amigos?
Sim.
Yeah?
We learn from others that her mother is a crack cocaine addict, living in one of Recife's most dangerous, drug-ridden slums. The next day, we decide to go and find her.
Well, we're just walking into what's called the favela of the rabbits, although they don't use the word favela anymore because of the negative connotations with the word. It's associated with crime and poverty. So they call them communities now, but call them what you like, they're still very poor areas.
Weaving through, we find Mayara is living in the most deprived corner of this slum, her home barely clinging to the riverbank. We discover her brother was murdered, her father is in prison, and Mayara is the adult left comforting her addict mother.
Não sei mais nem da minha vida mais. Ficando doida da cabeça sou eu já. Só que eu não doido da minha cabeça ainda porque ainda penso nessa daqui e na outra.
I'm joined now by Sarah de Carvalho, founder and CEO of the Happy Child International office in the UK, which works to rehabilitate street children. And it's shocking seeing those pictures. Just how do children end up on the streets like this?
Well, you know, they come from communities where there is desperate poverty and as a result, often no food at home. And so, unbelievably, parents are actually sending their children to the streets to beg for food, and then once they're on the streets, they become vulnerable to, you know, to these unscrupulous people who will use the children for money.
And the numbers involved in this as well are staggering. I know that your charity works to try to help these children, to rehabilitate them, but is it a drop in the ocean with the problems that are being faced there?
I mean, obviously, the need is great, but we've managed to rescue 10,000 children over the last 20 years through our programme of prevention, rescue and rehabilitation and reintegration. And I believe it's about collaboration, it's about working with other NGOs, with the local government. We work with the local government and the state government in Brazil to try and make a difference to these children.
And particular concern with the World Cup coming up about these children's vulnerability, about their exploitation. So a time to be able to use that to raise awareness of exactly what's going on.
Absolutely. And, you know, my heart breaks for these children. I've been working with them on the streets now and, you know, obviously through our rehabilitation homes for the last 20 years. So I really know what they suffer. And that's why I knew we had to start this campaign, It's a Penalty, which was launched yesterday. And, you know, we're coming together. We're working with the Brazilian government. We're working with the NCA, the National Crime Agency, CEOP here in the UK, as well as other organisations like A21 and Jubilee Campaign, and, you know, fantastic support from the football players themselves. And, you know, the message is to all the fans going over for the World Cup: have a great time. It's a fantastic country, but please stand with us and protect the children. You may well be approached by you know, young children who are dressed up to look older than they are, and, you know, the message is it is illegal to have paid sex with children 17 and under, and you can be prosecuted and sent to jail not only in Brazil but when you get back home. We've got airlines who will be showing these videos featuring these international, you know, the international footballers like Gary Lineker and David Luiz and Oscar and Ramirez and Alan Shearer, saying, please stand with us. If you see something, say something. Dial 100 in Brazil from any Brazilian line, public phone, and your reports will be analysed, processed, and then forwarded on to the responsible agencies who will act on those reports.
OK, thanks for that. That's Sarah de Carvalho, founder and CEO of the Happy Child charity.